In 1997, NASA physicists at Redstone Arsenal published a peer-reviewed paper on anti-gravity. The lead author was struck by a vehicle in 2014. She died in 2021. Yesterday, the Pentagon cut a ribbon on the same dirt. This is the Garrison, a Sentinel Network exclusive investigation. Her name was Ning Li. She led the Marshall propulsion team in the 1990s. The vehicle strike left her with permanent brain damage. Her husband had a heart attack watching the accident. He died the next year. She died in 2021. The research continued under other hands. An exotic propulsion institute later opened on the perimeter. It went dark in 2022 when its president was found dead at 34. Yesterday morning at 10 Central Time, General Stephen Whiting cut a ribbon. The building behind him is the first operational facility U.S. Space Command will inhabit at Redstone. NASA Marshall sits adjacent. 8 intelligence analysts are operational inside. 200 relocate this year. 1,400 follow over the next half-decade. Read what Whiting said on camera. This facility is where they plant their flag for the first operational element of the headquarters. The Joint Intelligence Support Element. Not operations. Not logistics. Not command and control. Intelligence. The analysts arrived first. You stand up intelligence first when you need to characterize something before you act on it. Redstone is now the most concentrated space intelligence node in the country. The Defense Intelligence Agency's Missile and Space Intelligence Center sits on the installation. NASA Marshall is adjacent. The Missile Defense Agency, Army Space and Missile Defense Command. Lockheed Martin Huntsville sits alongside. $565 million approved last week for the new octagonal headquarters. Redstone is not a new node. It is the original node. The Army began the buildup in 1945. 127 German rocket specialists signed contracts under Operation Paperclip. Wernher von Braun led them. They moved to Redstone in 1950. The Technical Intelligence Division was established here in 1956. 6 people, tasked with analyzing foreign missile activity. By 1962, the CIA used the unit for the Cuban Missile Crisis assessment. It was renamed multiple times across the decades. It moved under the Defense Intelligence Agency in 1992. Same patch of ground, same mission. 70 years unbroken. NASA Marshall ran breakthrough propulsion physics on this same arsenal. The popular press called it anti-gravity research. The Marshall team partnered with Ning Li at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. They investigated a Russian researcher named Podkletnov. He claimed weight reduction over a rotating superconducting disk. The published outputs sit in NASA's own technical reports archive. Richard Eskridge is a retired NASA Marshall propulsion physicist. In 2014, he participated in a Marshall evaluation of a fringe physics propulsion device. The framework was called POEMS. His daughter Amy Eskridge co-founded the Institute for Exotic Science. It was federally registered in December 2018. Business address Joppa, Alabama. Amy Eskridge died on June 11, 2022. Self-inflicted gunshot. She was 34. The Institute for Exotic Science website went offline shortly afterward. Her family has asked for restraint. We are honoring it. We make no claim about the cause of her death beyond the public record. Joshua Lou Blanc led the controls architecture for Draco. Draco was a $499 million nuclear thermal propulsion program. He worked from NASA Marshall on the Arsenal. DARPU canceled Draco on June 25, 2025. 27 days later, his Tesla burned in Walker County with him inside. For 9 months, his death was a local traffic fatality. The calendar is the analysis. June 25th, DARPU cancels Draco. July 22nd, the Tesla burns. August 26th, Mace Lab breaks ground. September 2nd, the President announces Spacecom relocation. October 29th, Colorado sues. April 15th, analysts arrive. April 17th, Congressman Burlai's son names Lou Blanc on Fox News. April 21st, headquarters funding approved. April 29th, Whiting cuts the ribbon. 2 stories are being told publicly. The first is political, mail-in voting, Colorado retaliation. The second is economic, $9 billion in projected impact across the Tennessee Valley by 2030. 1,400 permanent positions. Both stories occupy the editorial oxygen. The geographic consolidation underneath them happens on the federal record. We do not know the classified mission scope of the Joint Intelligence Support Element. We do not know the full circumstances of Louis Blanc's death. The Tesla Sentry Mode footage has not been released. We do not know the full circumstances of Amy Eskridge's death. We have not contacted any of the families. We are not seeking comment. Here is the Sentinel Network's assessment. NASA Marshall ran anti-gravity research on this arsenal for nearly a decade. The lead researcher was struck by a car. The Draco controls lead burned in his Tesla. An exotic propulsion institute went dark when its president died of a gunshot. The Space Command Intelligence Directorate is now operational on the same dirt. The Pentagon cut a ribbon at Redstone yesterday. The dirt has been doing the work since 1956. We are watching the dirt. The full briefing is on Substack. Link in the description. Keep looking up.